So now we're going to do a rigid strapping of the knee, and we're going to do the medial ligament on the inside of the knee here. So our goal for this strapping technique is to basically mimic the medial ligament and provide as much support on the inside of the knee as possible. So again, what we need to do is just have the patient in standing, and I find that I like being down close to the knee, so that's why I'm in this position. At the same time, but when you're strapping, you always need to make sure that you look after your back. So just get the patient to have a slight knee bend and make sure that their knee is going over their sort of big toe or second toe rather than going off skew. Okay, so again, laying down some anchors and making sure that we rip off the roll rather than taping off the roll. So we want our anchors just slightly above the knee and slightly below the knee, so we've got enough room to work in the layers that we're going to lay down to protect the ligament. So the next stage of this taping technique is to come across and mimic the line of the ligament. So what I'm going to do is start on the inside and come down. So again, measuring off the length of tape we want to use and ripping it off the roll. So it's important that you, for this technique, that you make sure you know where the ligament is. So I'm aiming to have all my tape segments to cross this region here, which is where the ligament is. So I'm going to start up the top, again making sure that I'm going for this target area, coming down, putting a little bit of tension on and taking it down onto the anchor. Again, just make sure that you smooth the tape down to make sure that it's well onto the patient. Second stage of this bit is to come across in this line here to again make sure that we're aiming for around this region here, which is where the ligament is. So starting at the top, smooth the tape down, tension on the tape and come back round to again smooth down onto the anchor. So we have our first lines of the ligament here that we've done with the tape. And what we need to do to start our second bits of this technique is to come from the inside of the first bit of a tape here, and what we're going to do is start halfway along the width of the tape to lay the second bit down. So I'm going to come in here, halfway in, again aiming for the target area of the ligament, coming down with a bit of tension and then placing it back down on the other side as I come around here onto the anchor. So again, repeating this from the opposite way, halfway across the width, and just watching that you're making sure that you're staying away from the kneecap so it can move freely. Bit of tension on the tape, coming across the ligament area and smoothing it down. So I'm going to repeat this one more time, again starting halfway across the width of the previous section of tape. So we've got our main bits of this strapping which are protecting the ligament, and now we just need to lock this technique off. So again, we're coming back round to the anchors, measuring off the roll, making sure that we basically are providing extra protection on these bits of this strapping. So little triangles of skin like so in here. We don't really want to leave those free, so we just apply another anchor which tidies the strapping technique up. And we repeat that. Down the bottom. Good to go.